Dear viewer, today we're going to be making chocolate-coated madeleines. These little cakes are simple and fun to make. As I was making these madeleines, I couldn't help but think about the symbolic meaning behind shells. They're meant to protect, but they're also seen as a barrier. Now there are many interpretations, but in this short amount of time, I wanted to emphasize that when we shield ourselves, we also risk letting the good in too. I'll circle back to that thought. Let's go ahead and make the madeleines by starting with browning the butter. I cut the butter into pieces so that it'll melt faster. Transfer the brown butter to a bowl and let it cool. Keep in mind we want this to be warm when we mix it in the dough. In a large bowl, mix the eggs and sugar. Sift in the flour and baking powder and mix until just combined. Gradually pour in the brown butter, then cover it and keep it in the fridge for 2 to 12 hours. The longer the better. Brush the madeleine pans with softened butter and let it harden in the fridge for about 5 to 10 minutes. Scoop 1 to 2 tablespoons of dough, depending on your pan, and in a 425 to 450 preheated oven, bake for 3 minutes. Then turn it off the heat and let the madeleine sit in the oven for 7 to 9 minutes. If you added 2 tablespoons, turn the heat back on to 320 and let it bake for an additional 3 to 5 minutes. Before popping them out, let them cool in the pan for 5 to 10 minutes. In the meantime, let's prepare the chocolate. Melt 2/3 of the chocolate wafers in a double boiler over simmering water. Make sure the temperature doesn't go beyond 120. Once completely melted, take off from heat and stir in the rest of the chocolate wafers. Let it cool down to 82 degrees. Set it back over simmering water and bring the temperature back up between 88 to 91 degrees. Add about a tablespoon of melted chocolate in the pan and gently push in the madeleines. Place them in the freezer for about 30 minutes for a clean pop finish. These are so buttery, soft, and pair well with tea. And as fall is approaching, there's only a couple of months left until the new year. So, if you're like me and you're hiding behind an imaginary shell, know that it's okay to take a break. But don't stay in it too long. Taking risks, being rejected, it's all a part of the process of becoming a better version of ourselves. We learn that we have limits. We learn what we like, what we don't like, because it isn't that we're not good enough. We just don't have enough practice and experience. So here's to letting the good come into our lives as we chip away on negative thinking patterns and self-deprecating egos. Here's to getting closer to rebirth and self-acceptance. Our journey is unique, and patience is a requirement. So let's come out of our shells. We are somebody's inspiration.